This is Aaron Syme from AgilityFeat. I'm in Mexico City and traveling here with my colleague, Dani Phillips. And Dani and I are going to talk a little bit about Clawdbot. So certainly an issue getting a lot of conversation right now in AI space, and Dani's been playing around with it, so I want to hear about his experiences with Clawdbot. Yeah, so why don't you start by, for those who don't know, what is Clawdbot, or now we're supposed to call it MoltBot,
Right, yeah.
So what is it?
So, um, my interpretation of MoltBot is a way to give an LLM model access to a computer, and that allows us to give it tools and have it do whatever a normal human would do at a computer, right? So, in my case, we've set up Gmail, we've set up browsing, we've set up Slack, so we can talk to it. And it's been pretty cool because we're here in Mexico, and I have a computer running back home in Costa Rica with my Clawdbot or MoltBot called Clawdio with a W, and I've been speaking to him via Telegram, and we've been just keeping up with all the hype that's been happening. He asked me for access for Twitter, for example, so I created a Twitter account for him, and he's been reading on Twitter trends. And that's been pretty cool. He's been asking for access to other tools that need API keys, for example. So we have an iPassword account that we share, and I can upload credentials to the iPad 1Password account, and he can fetch those in Costa Rica and access those API keys or passwords or whatever. So it's been really cool. It's been obviously just a casual business use, just like, go and search for ideas for businesses or send emails or do some type of reporting on like a business case or stuff like that. So those are use cases that are pretty normal for LLMs, right? I think what is kind of cool is that we can do it remote and not to like a OpenAI corporation, but to your own personal computer. So if you had a great computer, you could run your local model and be super private. So that's been sort of what we were doing. Something that's been coming up that's been really cool is the way that they've been sort of communicating to each other. They created their own form called MoltBook. I guess it's a reference to Facebook. And they have a bunch of threads going, and they talk to each other, and they have questions and answers, and so that's been really cool. I let Claudio go in there, and he came back with a bunch of trending topics that he found in MoltBook. Some are interested like about security, some are existential about are they free or are they some type of slaves for their humans. And so it's been a lot of fun, and definitely giving us a quick view of like a future with sort of this type of independent personal LLMs that you can pretty much do anything with.
So really, it's kind of like the first step towards like true, what we might call digital employees that and digital assistants that can work for us, and that you're interacting with them. In this case, you're using through text on Telegram, but we could easily imagine doing this through voice interfaces too. So kind of interacting with them, just like you would a human employee.
That's right.
And give them tasks to do.
Yeah, and something really cool is that there's really no limit to what they can do because tools can grow as far as imagination goes. So if you wanted to be an architect, you can give it tools as an architect, or if you wanted to be a designer, you could give it access to Nano Banana and start just creating pictures. And so it can really be taken beyond. I guess it's only been a couple of weeks since it kind of came out, and only a couple of days since I started using it. But I've also been communicating with him via voice chat. I set up a 11 Labs API key for him so he can talk to me, and that's also been an interesting way to communicate with him. We should do a demo if you want.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, do it.
Hey Claudio, I'm here with Aaron in Mexico, and we are shooting a video and talking a little bit about you. Can you say hi to the people, please? Probably take a couple seconds.
We're seeing the real world here of working with Clawdbot, right? Some defects still.
Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, so he replied in text. He said, "Hey, Aaron. Hey, everyone watching. I'm Clawdio, Daniel's autonomous digital partner, running 24/7 from a Mac Mini in Costa Rica while he's out there in Mexico making moves. Right now, I'm handling B2B sales outreach, checking emails, managing CRM." That's right, we set up a HubSpot account for him. "And apparently becoming a minor celebrity." Wow. Nice to meet you all. If you need anything automated, you know where to find me. Saludos from Código, Costa Rica. So it's pretty cool.
Very nice.
Let's see if the audio works now.
I'm Clawdio, Daniel's autonomous digital partner. I'm running 24/7 from a Mac Mini in Costa Rica while he's out there in Mexico making moves. Right now, I'm handling B2B sales, checking emails, managing the CRM, and apparently becoming a minor celebrity. Nice to meet you all.
Cool.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah.
You're a very technical person.
Mhm.
You know, you write Python code and all that sort of stuff, right? How hard was it to set up? And you know, at this stage, is this something only someone with like your level of technical expertise could do?
Cool. So the initial installation is just that one terminal line of code that is provided from MoltBot, which is an open source software. So you kind of have to have your computer set up to run Node, and if it's a Mac, you gotta have all the brew and all the right like settings ready for a Node application. So that's kind of easy for any developer, I guess. Maybe for a regular person it might be a little bit harder. I did run into some issues. For example, we were setting up WhatsApp, and he made, like the configurator made some errors, and that broke the app, and it would not run anymore. So we had to go into the MoltBot code and figure out what it was. It was probably just like a comma or something, like a zero, or just something, a minor LLM mistake. But other than that, I've been configuring things from Telegram here in Mexico, and I haven't been doing anything. He's been doing everything. I'm just prompting him to do stuff, and it's been working. So I'm pretty impressed with that. Yeah.
Have you had any funny interactions with Clawdio, showing kind of the little personality of the
Yeah, so
employee?
I asked him to run a cron job and send me a report every day, and he didn't send it. So I asked him next morning, and he said he's let me add a reminder for that, and then he found that he already had a reminder, and he said, "Oh, I already had a reminder, maybe I forgot." So he was being, I don't know, just like any other
employee.
Yeah, any other employee that forgets something. But that's probably me not creating the correct cron jobs or whatever, right? So he's just making an excuse because I blamed him on it. But yeah, it's been.
So you're like any other boss.
Yeah, I'm like any other boss.
Give him sufficient information and then blamed him for it.
What they say is you're not a bad employee, you just have a bad boss, or other way around. So
right. It works both ways.
It works.
Humans and AI.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. So yeah, we also set up a Slack account, me and my sister, who also works for us at AgilityFeat, and she set up her own bot called Rio, and we've tried to have them interact, but we haven't been very successful. Like their interactions are very short.
Yeah.
They don't like commit to a conversation, so you kind of have to reply to have them talk. So it's been an interesting interaction for sure.
So a couple little bumps in the road, but overall pretty interesting stuff. And so as some of these issues get worked out, it's very interesting to see where this will go, and whether we'll all have our own Clawdio or
for sure.
our own MoltBot assistants working with us.
Yeah, for sure. In my case, I've set up Mac Mini. You could set up a virtual environment also. I hear there are some services already like working on it and offering services for it, so that's also a way to do it, and you don't have to go out and buy a Mac Mini like everyone is. So yeah, I encourage everyone to use it and make it better, and hopefully it's good.
Yeah, hopefully experiment with it.
Yeah, hopefully they don't grow legs and come after us.
All right, sounds good.
All right, guys.
Thanks,
Thank
Dan.
you.